Stanley. He gave Jerry a ride home today. What happened?
Despite the show's popularity, the lead actor faced a series of devastating personal losses that deeply affected his spirit. The passing of close family members and the struggle with his own health issues created an overwhelming burden. These tragedies slowly chipped away at his motivation, making it increasingly difficult to continue portraying the character with the energy and passion the role demanded. The pressures of fame and the emotional toll of these events led him to withdraw from the spotlight entirely. As the weight of grief and exhaustion grew heavier, he ultimately decided to step away from both the series and the world that had once defined him, seeking peace beyond the glare of cameras and applause.
I got it. Bernie!
In the series, Dr. David Banner is portrayed as a widowed physician and scientist who is believed to be dead. He travels across America using different assumed names, constantly moving from place to place. Despite carrying a terrible secret, he often finds himself in situations where he helps people in need. This secret is that after an accident changed his cells, whenever he experiences extreme anger or stress, he transforms into a massive, savage, and incredibly strong green-skinned creature known as the Hulk. The show's narration during the opening credits describes Banner as both a medical doctor and a scientist. Unlike the comic books, which only describe him as a genius physicist, the TV series firmly establishes Banner as holding both an MD and a PhD in nuclear physics. This dual expertise highlights his complex character as someone deeply knowledgeable in both medicine and science, yet burdened by the uncontrollable transformations that define his life. His journey is one of constant struggle, balancing the desire to help others while hiding the dangerous power within him that can emerge without warning, making his path lonely and fraught with challenges.
Just relax, Callahan. Everything's cool.
Throughout his travels, the man known as the Hulk takes on various temporary jobs to earn money while searching for a way to control or cure his condition. His journey is marked by a constant struggle to manage the powerful transformation that turns him into the Hulk, a creature of immense strength and rage. Meanwhile, he is relentlessly pursued by Jack McGee, a tabloid newspaper reporter who views the Hulk as a dangerous menace. McGee believes that exposing the Hulk will boost his own career, leading him to obsessively track the Hulk's movements and activities. This pursuit adds tension and urgency to the Hulk's quest as he tries to stay one step ahead while seeking a solution to his plight. The series explores themes of isolation, identity, and the search for redemption, all set against the backdrop of a man caught between two worlds, his human self and the uncontrollable force within.
There you go, now it's all over.
It hurt.
I'm sure it did, but...
During the filming of the opening credits for the 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk, a memorable and intense moment occurred that was not planned or enhanced by special effects. The scene required Lou Ferrigno, who portrayed the Hulk, to lift a car and roll it down a hill. Originally, a steel cable was meant to help Ferrigno manage the heavy car safely. However, this cable broke unexpectedly during the shoot. It was very early in the morning, around 4 a.m., and the weather was cold and wet, making the conditions even tougher. Ferrigno had already been enduring long, grueling 18-hour days, repeatedly filming Hulk scenes for the pilot episode. Feeling frustrated and determined not to delay the shoot any longer, Ferrigno made the decision to lift the car himself, relying solely on his own strength, rather than waiting for the special effects team to fix the cable. This raw display of power added an authentic touch to the iconic opening, showing the dedication and toughness behind the scenes that helped bring the Hulk character to life in a way that viewers could truly believe.
No one to stay back! Everybody, keep back!
Richard Kiel was originally cast to play the Hulk in the 1977 television series. As filming of the pilot began, the producers quickly realized that he did not have the bulky physical presence they envisioned for the character. Because of this, they decided to reshoot all of his scenes with Lou Ferrigno, who was known for his impressive muscular build and fit the role more convincingly. Despite the reshoots, one brief scene featuring Kiel as the Hulk remained in the pilot episode. This particular shot is a high-angle view showing the Hulk looking up a tree just before he rescues a girl from drowning in a lake. This small but notable moment stands as a rare glimpse of the original casting choice before the series fully transitioned to Ferrigno's portrayal of the Hulk.
It only happens every once in a while when Jack isn't himself.
when he loses his temper.
Lou Ferrigno's connection to the Hulk character ran deep long before he donned the green makeup and muscles for the 1977 television series. As a devoted fan of the Hulk comic books, Ferrigno found inspiration in the character's strength and resilience, qualities that resonated with his own life challenges. Despite facing difficulties related to his hearing disability, Ferrigno saw the Hulk as a symbol of overcoming obstacles and personal struggles. This role became more than just a job. It was a source of motivation that helped him push through his own limitations and hardships. The portrayal of the Hulk gave Ferrigno a powerful example of inner strength, which he carried with him both on and off the screen. His personal journey intertwined with the character's story, making his performance deeply authentic and meaningful. This inspiration fueled his dedication to the role and contributed to the lasting impact of the series.
Son, Michael will be back, Lisa.
The Hulk character is always shown barefoot in the series, which adds to his wild and untamed image. However, during outdoor scenes, Lou Ferrigno, who played the Hulk, often wore special Hulk green slippers to protect his feet from rough surfaces. This detail is especially noticeable in the episode Terra in Times Square, where the Hulk is seen storming through the busy streets of New York. Ferrigno once made a humorous comment about this, saying that nobody would want to walk barefoot through Times Square in the 1970s because the streets were not very clean or safe. This small behind-the-scenes fact reveals how the production team balanced the character's look with practical concerns for the actor's safety, showing a thoughtful approach to the challenges of filming on location. It also adds a touch of humor to the serious and powerful image of the Hulk, reminding viewers that even superheroes have to deal with everyday problems like protecting their feet. This glimpse into the making of the show helps fans appreciate the effort put into maintaining the authenticity of the character, while keeping the actor comfortable and safe during filming. During the filming of the 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno, who played the Hulk, once reached a breaking point on set. Frustrated by something that happened during production, he abruptly left the studio lot and began driving home while still fully dressed in his Hulk makeup and costume. This unusual sight caught the attention of many people on the road. As he drove, curious onlookers stared at him, fascinated by the towering green figure behind the wheel. The distraction was so intense that one passing motorist, trying to get a better look at the Hulk, ended up having a minor accident. This incident highlights not only Ferrigno's dedication to his role, but also the strong impact the character had on the public, even off-screen. The image of a man in full Hulk makeup driving through regular traffic created a memorable and surreal moment, blending the world of television fantasy with everyday life in a way few could forget.
Says it's made up of nickel and magnesium with lead and iron also, and the highest concentration.
Although the ratings for The Incredible Hulk remained respectable by the fall of 1981, CBS decided not to continue the series. The head of CBS programming believed the show had reached its natural end, and chose not to renew it for another season. Meanwhile, producer Kenneth Johnson had been exploring ideas to expand the show's universe. One such concept involved introducing a female version of the Hulk. This idea was inspired by the success of spin-offs like The Bionic Woman, which originated from The $6 Million Man. Johnson planned to use David Banner's sister, a character already established in earlier episodes, as the basis for this new Hulk. The storyline would have involved her receiving an emergency blood transfusion from David, which would trigger her transformation into a female Hulk. This development was intended to lead to a potential spin-off series centered around her character. Unfortunately, because the series was canceled, this intriguing storyline was never realized, leaving fans to wonder what might have been.
Allied Tires, not me, right? Huh? If it wasn't for you, you and I could be PR reps right now. You don't stop.
Throughout the run of the 1977 TV series, Bill Bixby took great care to maintain the magic and mystery surrounding his character, David Banner, and the Hulk, played by Lou Ferrigno. Bixby was very cautious about never being photographed with Ferrigno, while the latter was in full Hulk costume and makeup. This careful approach was rooted in his concern that such images might shatter the illusion for children and fans who believed that David Banner and the Hulk were two separate beings. The tabloids relentlessly pursued any chance to capture a photo showing both the mild-mannered scientist and the towering green creature together, hoping to reveal the truth behind the transformation. Despite their persistent efforts, they never succeeded in obtaining such a picture. This secrecy helped preserve the show's unique appeal and allowed viewers to fully immerse themselves in the story without the distraction of knowing the actors were one and the same person.
Mr. Sarajevo.
Yeah.
Look, maybe I could deliver.
Because David Banner never remembers what happens when he transforms into the Hulk, Bill Bixby chose not to watch Lou Ferrigno perform on set. This meant that Ferrigno, who played the Hulk, was never present during Bixby's scenes. The show's creators even thought about cutting the character Jack McGee to save money. However, both Bixby and Ferrigno strongly supported Jack Colvin, who played McGee, and threatened to leave the show if the character was removed. This showed how much they valued their co-star, and the importance of keeping the cast together despite budget concerns. Their actions helped maintain the integrity of the show, and kept the team united during a challenging time.
The point. It's not a gag, it's the truth.
Bill Bixby, who played the lead role in the 1977 television series, had a personal reason for not allowing his young son to watch the show. He was concerned that seeing his father transform into a large, green-skinned creature might frighten the boy. This protective instinct influenced some of the creative decisions behind the series. One notable change was the character's name. Originally known as Bruce Banner in the comic books, the producers decided to rename him David Banner for the television adaptation. This change was made to give the character a more human and relatable quality. Additionally, the name Bruce Banner carried certain associations with superhero tropes, especially the tendency for characters in that genre to have alliterative names like Lois Lane, Clark Kent, or Peter Parker. By shifting to David Banner, the creators aimed to distance the character from those typical superhero cliches and make him more grounded. Interestingly, Bruce did not disappear entirely. It became the character's middle name. This subtle adjustment helped shape the show's unique identity while respecting the concerns of the actor and his family.
So your airspeed hits 145 knots. Now that controls the stabilizer and it'll trim your nose up.
When Bill Bixby was first offered the lead role in the Incredible Hulk television series, he had serious doubts about taking it. He was uneasy about turning a superhero character into a TV show, worried that it might come across as silly or unbelievable. Despite these concerns, Bixby decided to read the pilot episode script to get a better sense of the story and character. As he went through the script, his feelings shifted. He found the story more compelling than he had expected, and the character of David Banner, a man struggling with a powerful alter ego, intrigued him. This change of heart made Bixby more enthusiastic about the project, and he chose to accept the role. His decision helped shape the show into a memorable drama, blending the human side of the character with the extraordinary elements of the Hulk.
You know about bounty hunting. I'm a farmer, that's all I know is farming. So what are you going to do?
For much of his life, Bill Bixby had many lady friends, but the relationships tended not to last long. As he got older, he became more serious about love, and eventually married actress Brenda Bennett. They got married in 1971, and in September 1974, his wife gave birth to their son, Christopher Sean. However, the marriage fell apart by 1980. During this period, Bixby balanced his growing family life with his demanding career, which included his role in the popular 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk. Despite the challenges in his personal life, he remained dedicated to his work and his son. The changes in his relationships reflected a man searching for stability and deeper connection as he matured, even as his public persona was defined by his television success. The years following the end of his marriage were marked by both personal and professional transitions that shaped the next chapters of his life.
Oh, you guys are troublemakers.
In March 1981, a tragic event deeply affected the life of Bill Bixby, the star of the 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk. While on a skiing vacation in Mammoth Lakes with his mother, his son Christopher was injured. During the medical treatment, when doctors inserted a breathing tube, Christopher went into cardiac arrest and died. This loss brought immense pain and sorrow to Bixby, stirring intense feelings of anger and grief. Much of his anger was directed toward his ex-wife, Bennett, adding a complicated layer to his personal tragedy. This heartbreaking event marked a significant and sorrowful chapter in Bixby's life, overshadowing his public success with private sorrow. It is a reminder of how personal struggles often remain hidden behind the scenes of fame and accomplishment.
Jasper,
Now, please, don't do anything till I get there, huh?
On April 7, 1982, Brenda Bennett tragically ended her own life by shooting herself in the head. This heartbreaking event left Bill Bixby, the star of The Incredible Hulk, completely devastated. The loss brought intense grief and anger that weighed heavily on him. Despite the pain, Bixby continued to work on the show because it was the only way he could cope with the overwhelming drama in his personal life. However, from that moment onward, his heart was no longer fully in the role. The tragedy cast a long shadow over his career and affected his connection to the series that had once been a source of pride and success.
There's a name. What kind of man is he?
No family or friends.
After its original run, the 1977 series The Incredible Hulk quickly found a new life through syndication, starting in September 1982. This move allowed the show to reach a wider audience beyond its initial broadcast, appearing on numerous cable networks over the years. The availability of the series in syndication has made it easy for fans and new viewers alike to revisit its unique blend of drama and action. Watching episodes today offers a glimpse into the style and storytelling of late 1970s television, showcasing the adventures of Dr. David Banner and his alter ego, the Hulk. The show's enduring appeal lies in its mix of suspense, character development, and the iconic transformation scenes. For those interested in classic TV, it remains a fun and nostalgic experience to explore these episodes, which continue to hold a special place in the history of superhero entertainment.
Pleasure doing business with you. That's okay. Go back to running the business. We'll be in touch when the time comes.
The 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk presents a unique blend of strengths and weaknesses that have elicited varied responses from viewers, reflecting both its era and its approach to storytelling. At its core, the series centers on Dr. David Banner and his transformation into the Hulk, a premise ripe with potential for action and drama. However, opinions diverge sharply on how well this potential was realized. One common criticism revolves around the show's pacing and focus. Some viewers found the series frustratingly slow, with an overemphasis on Banner's human side and insufficient screen time dedicated to the Hulk himself. This imbalance led to a perception that much of the show consisted of filler scenes featuring Banner's struggles and investigations, rather than the action and excitement that the Hulk's appearances promised. For these viewers, the show's title felt misleading, as it seemed to spotlight the scientist's troubles more than the superhero persona that the audience was eager to see. In contrast, other audiences, particularly those discovering the series later, have found unexpected depth and emotional resonance in the show's narrative approach. Rather than dismissing it as mere camp or cheap thrills, they appreciated the series' decision to treat its storylines with seriousness and to explore the melancholy and isolation experienced by Banner. This more somber tone, coupled with strong performances from the lead actors, elevated the material beyond what might have been a straightforward superhero adventure. Notably, the dynamic between Banner and the persistent reporter added layers of tension and character development that some viewers found compelling. The series also garnered praise for its memorable soundtrack, which contributed significantly to the mood and atmosphere, helping it age more gracefully than some contemporaneous shows. While not every episode achieved the same level of quality, certain story arcs, such as the crossover featuring Daredevil, stood out as highlights, showcasing the series' potential for memorable and engaging storytelling within the Marvel Universe. Ultimately, the Incredible Hulk TV series can be seen as a product of its time, balancing the constraints of television production with an earnest attempt to tell emotionally driven stories. Its appeal varies depending on viewer expectations. Those seeking action-packed superhero content might find it lacking, while those open to a more character-focused and introspective narrative may appreciate its nuances and performances. This duality makes the series an intriguing, if uneven, chapter in the history of Marvel adaptations.
Too late to decide you don't want a baby.
Not that. It's
As the final echoes of the Incredible Hulk's roar fade, the story doesn't end here. Behind the mask of Bruce Banner and the Green Giant lies a cast whose lives took unexpected turns once the cameras stopped rolling. What became of the actors who brought this iconic series to life? In the next segment, we unravel the fascinating journeys of these stars, exploring the surprising paths they followed and the hidden chapters of their careers. From breakthrough roles to quiet retirements, their stories reveal a side of the show you've never seen before. Stay with us as we dive deeper into the legacy of the Incredible Hulk, uncovering the real-life tales that continue to captivate long after the final scene.
Lord?
saw a headline the other day.
Anne Lockhart's portrayal of Audrey in the 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk marked a pivotal moment in her acting career, showcasing her ability to embody a character with quiet strength and complexity. Audrey was not just a supporting figure. She carried an emotional weight that contrasted with the show's more intense moments. Lockhart's performance was noted for its subtlety, adding depth to a series often dominated by action and special effects. After the series, Lockhart continued to work steadily in television and film, though she never quite escaped the shadow of her early roles. Her career was marked by a series of guest appearances and supporting roles, reflecting the challenges many actors face in breaking through Hollywood's typecasting. Off-screen, Lockhart's life was touched by personal hardship, including struggles with maintaining privacy in an industry hungry for gossip. She avoided major scandals but faced the quiet difficulties of balancing career demands with personal well-being. In recent years, Lockhart has stepped back from the limelight, focusing on her family and private endeavors. The last known information indicates she remains connected to the arts, occasionally participating in conventions and interviews that celebrate her early work. Her life story is a reminder of the often unseen struggles behind a career in entertainment, marked by resilience and a steady dedication to her craft.
So, this is what you'll be doing. You just keep this thing pointed at me all the time.
That's it.
Robert Alda's portrayal of Giancarlo Corleone in the 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk marked a rare dive into a character steeped in shadow and complexity. Giancarlo was a figure whose calm exterior masked a turbulent past, and Alda's performance brought a brooding intensity that lingered beyond the screen. This role, though not the centerpiece of Alda's career, revealed his ability to embody characters with hidden depths and subtle menace. After the series, Alda's life took a darker turn. Once celebrated for his charm and versatility, he faced personal hardships, including a well-documented struggle with alcoholism that nearly derailed his career. His private life was marred by a scandal involving a public altercation that briefly tarnished his reputation. Yet, Alda's resilience shone through as he sought rehabilitation and returned to the stage, albeit away from the glaring spotlight of television. His later years were quieter, marked by a retreat from public life and a focus on his family, especially mentoring his children in the arts. The last known reports suggest Alda lived a reclusive existence, avoiding interviews and public appearances, leaving a legacy wrapped in mystery and the echoes of a once vibrant career.
This is for pilgrims that like to draw.
Lola Albright portrayed Elizabeth Collins in the 1977 television series The Incredible Hulk. Her character was a critical part of the narrative, embodying a complex woman who offered unwavering support to Bruce Banner while navigating the dark realities of his dual existence. Albright's performance brought depth to Elizabeth, showcasing vulnerability and strength against the backdrop of a turmoil-filled world. After The Incredible Hulk, Albright faced significant personal challenges. Her marriage to actor and singer Paul Campbell was turbulent, leading to a painful divorce that marred her personal life. Professionally, she found it hard to shake off the image of Elizabeth Collins, which limited her opportunities for more diverse roles. The pressure of Hollywood's expectations weighed heavily, and she quietly struggled with bouts of depression. Albright's life outside the spotlight included a passionate interest in music, with a notable career as a jazz singer. However, she remained mostly reclusive in her later years, avoiding public appearances. The last known details about Lola Albright point to her living in relative seclusion, staying away from the media. There are no recent updates to confirm her current status, leaving her legacy wrapped in an air of mystery.
There's no pharmaceutical house ID on it.
Was it street stuff?
I don't know.
Bill Bixby's portrayal of Dr. David Banner in the 1977 series The Incredible Hulk remains a defining moment in his career. He brought a quiet intensity and vulnerability to the role, embodying a man haunted by his own inner demons and the uncontrollable monster within. This role demanded a balance of intellectual depth and emotional restraint, traits Bixby delivered with haunting subtlety. After the show ended, Bixby's career took a complicated path. He worked steadily, directing and acting in various projects, but never quite escaped the shadow of Banner. His personal life was marked by tragedy and struggle. His first wife died by suicide in 1980, a loss that deeply affected him. Later, he married actress Brenda Bennett, but their marriage ended amid reports of turmoil and her subsequent suicide in 1982. Bixby himself faced health challenges, including a battle with prostate cancer that was diagnosed in the early 1990s. Despite these hardships, he remained dedicated to his craft until his death in 1993. His final years were spent quietly, away from the spotlight that once defined him. The last known information about Bixby reveals a man who endured profound personal pain, yet maintained a professional commitment that left a lasting legacy.
Well, you sure didn't work for it like you did for this truck right here. Not just a minute. And I didn't give...
Dick O'Neill's portrayal of Callahan in the 1977 series, The Incredible Hulk, was marked by a quiet intensity that brought depth to a supporting role often overshadowed by the show's lead. Callahan was a figure of authority and grit, embodying the tough, no-nonsense persona that O'Neill mastered throughout his career. After the series, O'Neill continued to build a solid body of work in film and television, often cast as the rugged, dependable character actor. His career, however, was not without its shadows. Behind the scenes, O'Neill faced struggles with typecasting, which limited his range and frustrated his artistic ambitions. Personal hardships, including a difficult battle with health issues later in life, added to the complexity of his story. Despite these challenges, O'Neill maintained a steady presence in the acting world until his death in 1998. His final years were marked by relative privacy, with little public information available, leaving a mysterious aura around his legacy. The last known details suggest a man who, though often in the background, left a lasting imprint through his nuanced performances and resilience in the face of adversity.
Is wanted in connection with the bombing murders of 3 men, in addition to that of Sergeant Rourke.
Gerald McRaney's portrayal of Chief Frank Rhodes in the 1977 series The Incredible Hulk brought a grounded, authoritative presence to the role, embodying the tough, relentless lawman chasing the elusive Hulk. His character was marked by a grim determination, a man shaped by the shadows of his duty, navigating the murky line between justice and obsession. After the series, McRaney's career expanded into a wide range of television roles, often portraying complex, sometimes morally ambiguous characters. His work on series like Simon and Major Dad cemented his reputation, but behind the scenes, McRaney faced personal challenges, including a difficult battle with his own health and the strain of balancing family life with a demanding career. His marriage to actress Delta Burke, marked by both collaboration and eventual divorce, added a layer of public scrutiny to his private life. McRaney also confronted the darker side of fame, including moments of professional uncertainty and the pressures of typecasting. In recent years, he has remained active in television, often taking on roles that reflect a seasoned, world-weary perspective. Despite the passage of time, McRaney's presence continues to evoke the same mix of strength and complexity that defined Chief Frank Rhodes. No major scandals have surfaced in recent years, and he appears to maintain a relatively private life away from the spotlight.
Down and pick for us.
Well, for a while, yes.
Please sit down.
Well, thank you.
William Lucking portrayed Harlan Bates in the 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk, bringing a grounded intensity to the role. Bates was a figure marked by a quiet menace, a character that fit Lucking's ability to convey depth without excess. After the show, Lucking's career spanned decades, often cast in roles that echoed a rugged, sometimes brooding presence. His work in Sons of Anarchy as Piney Winston became one of his most recognized parts, showcasing his skill in embodying complex, troubled men. Beyond acting, Lucking faced personal challenges, including battles with health issues that remained largely private. There were no widely publicized scandals, but his life carried a weight of experience that added layers to his performances. He maintained a relatively low profile in later years, focusing on smaller projects and mentoring younger actors. The last known information about William Lucking indicates he continued to work sporadically until his passing in 2021, leaving behind a legacy of compelling, often dark characters. Lou Ferrigno's portrayal of the Incredible Hulk in the 1977 TV series became iconic due to his imposing physical presence and expressive performance under heavy makeup. Standing over 6 feet 5 inches tall, with a bodybuilder's physique, Ferrigno brought a raw, silent power to the Hulk, embodying the character's rage and loneliness without dialogue. This role defined his career, yet it also trapped him in a typecast niche, making it difficult for him to break into other acting roles. After the show ended, Ferrigno faced numerous challenges. He struggled with hearing loss, a condition he had since childhood, which affected his communication and career opportunities. Despite this, he found success in bodybuilding, winning titles like Mr. America and Mr. Universe, and later transitioned into voice acting and fitness coaching. His personal life was marked by resilience. He endured a difficult childhood with bullying and health issues. In recent years, Ferrigno has remained active in the entertainment industry, appearing in various TV shows and films, often revisiting his Hulk legacy. The last known updates show him focusing on motivational speaking and fitness advocacy, quietly maintaining a life away from scandal and public controversy.
They're still there.
Charles Napier's role as the Hulk in the 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk was a brief but striking chapter in his career. Unlike the iconic Green Giant portrayed by Lou Ferrigno, Napier's portrayal brought a raw, physical intensity that underscored the character's rage and power. This role, though not the centerpiece of his career, showcased his imposing presence and ability to embody complex, troubled figures. After the series, Napier's career spiraled into a mix of character roles often cast as tough, authoritative figures, reflecting his rugged demeanor. His life off-screen, however, was marked by darker episodes. He struggled with alcoholism, a battle that shadowed much of his adult life and influenced his work and relationships. Scandals occasionally surfaced, including run-ins with the law and public disputes, painting a picture of a man wrestling with inner demons as fiercely as any character he played. Despite these hardships, Napier maintained a steady presence in film and television, earning respect for his professionalism and depth. In later years, he retreated from the spotlight, with few public appearances or updates, leaving his final chapters shrouded in quiet mystery. The last known reports suggest he lived a relatively private life until his passing, leaving behind a legacy of memorable, if sometimes troubled, performances. Diana Muldaur portrayed Helen Banner in the 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk, embodying a character marked by quiet strength and emotional depth. Her role was pivotal in grounding the show's dramatic tension, offering a human connection to the otherwise extraordinary narrative. After the series, Muldaur's career expanded with notable roles in Star Trek The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, where she played Dr. Catherine Pulaski, a character known for her sharp intellect and complex persona. Beyond acting, Muldaur faced personal challenges, including a highly publicized divorce that brought unwanted media attention and periods of professional uncertainty. Despite these setbacks, she maintained a steady presence in television and film through the 1980s and 1990s. In recent years, Muldaur has kept a low profile, rarely stepping into the spotlight or engaging with media, leading to sparse information about her current life. This quiet retreat adds a layer of mystery around her, leaving fans to wonder about the woman behind the roles.
Hungry?
Denny Miller's portrayal of John Tobey in the 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk was marked by a quiet intensity that brought depth to a supporting character, often overshadowed by the show's main figures. Tobey was a rugged, no-nonsense type whose presence added a grounded reality to the series' more fantastical elements. Miller's performance hinted at a man shaped by hardship and secrets, a fitting role for an actor whose own life carried shadows beneath the surface. After the series, Miller's career shifted away from high-profile roles. He faced the typical struggles of typecasting and the fading spotlight. His personal life was marked by challenges that rarely made headlines but left their mark. Miller wrestled with the loneliness that often accompanies fading fame and the physical toll of years spent in demanding roles. Rumors swirled about strained relationships and bouts of depression, though he remained largely private about these struggles. Notably, Miller's early years as a bodybuilder and his work as a television host showed a versatility that contrasted with the dark undertones of his later life. His health declined in his final years, compounded by undisclosed ailments. The last known details of his life reveal a man who retreated from the public eye, leaving behind a legacy of quiet strength and unresolved mysteries. His death closed the chapter on a life that, much like his character Tobey, was layered with complexity and unspoken stories.
Just a minute. All right, 5 minutes. I'll be there.
Mark Alamo's portrayal of Captain Holt In the 1977 series, The Incredible Hulk marked a rare departure from his usual villainous roles, presenting a figure of authority and composure. His performance was noted for its restrained intensity, adding depth to a character often overshadowed by the show's central narrative. Following this role, Alamo's career pivoted back to antagonistic parts, most famously as Gul Dukat in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, a role that cemented his place in sci-fi lore. Despite professional success, his personal life was shadowed by struggles, including a well-documented battle with typecasting that limited his opportunities and led to periods of professional frustration. His private life remained largely out of the public eye, with few scandals but occasional reports of health issues and financial difficulties. The last known updates place him living quietly, away from the spotlight, with no recent public appearances or new projects announced. His legacy remains tied to his ability to embody complex, often dark characters with a chilling authenticity.
Yes, this is an emergency. I have to have the police.
I can't do that, sir.
What?
I don't have any way to dial out here.
Charlie Picerni's portrayal of Charlie in the 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk was marked by a quiet intensity, bringing a grounded presence to a show dominated by extraordinary events. His role, though not the lead, was pivotal in adding depth and realism to the narrative. After the series, Picerni's career took a sharp turn towards stunt work, where he found his true calling. He became a respected stunt coordinator and performer, contributing to major Hollywood productions, including iconic films like Terminator 2 and Pirates of the Caribbean. Despite professional success, his life was not without shadows. Reports surfaced of serious injuries sustained during stunts, some life-threatening, underscoring the physical toll of his chosen path. Personal hardships also emerged, including struggles with maintaining work-life balance amid the demands of the film industry. There were no widely publicized scandals, but the secrecy around his private life added a layer of mystery. The last known information places Picerni continuing to work behind the scenes, mentoring younger stunt artists, and occasionally appearing at industry events. His story remains one of resilience and quiet perseverance in a perilous profession.
I don't know that either.
Mickey Jones portrayed Doc, a rugged and grounded character, in the 1977 TV series The Incredible Hulk. His role, though not central, added a layer of grit and realism to the narrative, embodying a man shaped by hard living and loyalty. After the show, Jones carved out a diverse career as a character actor and musician. He played tough, blue-collar roles in films like Tin Cup and Home Improvement, often drawing on his own rough-edged persona. Off-screen, Jones faced personal struggles, including battles with alcoholism that shadowed much of his life. He was candid about these hardships, which gave his performances a raw authenticity. His early years as a drummer for famous acts like Bob Dylan contrasted sharply with his later acting work, revealing a man who lived multiple lives in one. Despite periods of obscurity, Jones remained respected for his resilience and depth. The last known details indicate he passed away in 2018, leaving behind a legacy marked by both artistic versatility and personal complexity.
Hold on, Harlan, just a minute. I'm the sheriff here. Any tracking to be done, I should be the one to lead the parade.
Well, what you should be is right.
Billy Green Bush portrayed Sheriff Carl Decker in the 1977 television series The Incredible Hulk, embodying a stern, no-nonsense lawman whose presence added a gritty realism to the show's rural settings. His performance was marked by a brooding intensity, reflecting the complex moral landscape of a sheriff torn between duty and the mysterious forces he encountered. Beyond this role, Bush's career spanned decades with notable appearances in films like The River and Electra Glide in Blue, where his rugged demeanor and nuanced portrayals earned him respect in the industry. However, his life was not without turmoil. Reports surfaced in the late 1980s of personal struggles, including battles with alcoholism that threatened to derail his career. Despite these hardships, Bush maintained a relatively low profile, avoiding the tabloid spotlight that ensnared many of his contemporaries. In recent years, information about his whereabouts and activities has been scarce, contributing to an aura of mystery around his later life. No public records indicate involvement in new projects or public appearances, leaving his current status largely unknown. This silence only deepens the enigmatic legacy of an actor who once inhabited roles with a dark, compelling presence.
If you want, I can use an extra shell.
Great.
Hey, good. The convention session won't be over.
The Incredible Hulk left a lasting mark on television and the hearts of many who grew up watching it. Bill Bixby's portrayal of Dr. David Banner brought depth to a character struggling with a powerful alter ego, while Lou Ferrigno's Hulk gave life to the raw, unstoppable force that captured imaginations. The series faced challenges like Bixby's health issues and Ferrigno's transition from bodybuilding to acting, yet their dedication made the show memorable. The mix of science, emotion, and action created a unique blend that still resonates today. Did you watch The Incredible Hulk when you were younger? What moments or feelings does the show bring back for you? Share your stories and memories in the comments below. Would love to hear how this classic series touched your life.
Profile on Mr. Wallace to try to predict, what he might do.